Alright, somebody gotta say it. Xana despises Yumi, and we know that for a fact.
Go and tell that to Yumi.
At what point don't we admit the amount of terrorism he has inflicted on this girl's life? Granted, each of the Lyoko warriors received their respective cans of whoop-ass, but who does Xana specifically treat differently? It's Yumi. And what makes Yumi herself different? Well, for one, her gargantuan forehead.
Jeremy, tell me, do I really need to hear this?
Wait, hear me out. The biggest forehead theory. The sheer circumference and diameter of her forehead allows for maximum telepathic signaling and AM/FM radio, allegedly. Even in a sea of overextended foreheads, Yumi's swollen temples certainly stands out. But beyond the surface of her chromium domium lies a character that is the linchpin of the whole Lyoko crew.
Take this, fish face.
Not bad! Yumi's pretty effective when she's mad.
I will prove that not only does Xana target Yumi on purpose, but he enjoys it. Spread the love, like the vid, let's go. Exhibit A. Odd and Yumi are on campus and they're in danger of being blasted by a giant laser in the sky, sponsored by Xana. So they end up running across a field trying to get to cover, and as you can see, they hatch a little plan, decide to run in opposite directions, try to break Xana's ankles from the sky. Anyway, in the middle of running, for some reason, Odd has the luxury to stop running and turn and yell to Yumi how much she's in trouble in the middle of the scene. It's not like he made it to cover and she's the only one exposed now. No, Xana clearly is just obsessed with Yumi. You mean to tell me carrying Kiwi doesn't slow him down, making Odd the ideal target right now? For all that, Odd could have stayed his ass right where he was and let Yumi just run out into the field like Hunger Games and get shot in the top of the head with a laser. This is not the only time they would have to use Return to the Past to save Yumi's life, like wholesale save Yumi, launching Operation Save Yumi. They should call it the Save Yumi button. That's how much it saves Yumi before they patched it.
Jeremy, hurry up! Launch a Return to the Past! Yumi's in trouble! Okay.
It didn't work this time. She died that episode. She's a frozen corpse, and nobody can save her. Xana will always choose to eliminate Yumi first. He does the same exact thing again the following season, having to choose between Yumi and Odd, except this time their bodies swapped and in Lyoko. And well. Still shooting Yumi first, huh? Even when their bodies swap, Xana just can't help it. Like, I'm sure these monsters take orders from Xana on who to shoot first. And he chose to shoot the swapped version of Odd, which is Yumi.
Yumi, no!
He had to do Yumi in first, and then he got rid of Odd. That's what he thinks of you, Odd. You're literally like, you're easy pickings. He got bigger fish to fry every time Yumi's around.
You're gonna have some big bouncing babies.
Don't say that again. At this point, I'm feeling like Yumi's forehead triggers some sort of aim assist for Xana's henchmen, or hench creatures. And again, somebody has to say it. I personally can't ignore it. Just the way she dies in Lyoko is completely brutal. I mean, execution style, if she's lucky. I can only assume Xana is using all of his kill streaks on Yumi. Plus, he got Cronus, he got wall hacks, and he has aimbot. Just say you want to 1v1 her, bro, and get it out the way. Just if I see her get shot one more time while laying on the ground, I'm gonna have to intervene. And why is Ulrich always there when she gets executed? Bro got a weird case. Why is he around? At least Yumi can know that deep down, when she's at her worst and most vulnerable state, Xana will be there for her. Obviously not in a good way, but he'll be there. Conveniently enough, he's not really the confrontational type. I mean, he is trapped in Lyoko and doesn't have a body, so that might play a part in it. So he's really more the type to put a bounty on your head, maybe order a pizza to your house, maybe send a giant evil teddy bear, or maybe send 50 crows. This is one of the sickest episodes. What appears to be a normal, tranquil, peaceful day. The crew is having a good time. They just took a test. They're giggling at Odd for how stupid he is. And our elite blunt rotation is interrupted by a flock of murderous birds possessed by Xana coming from the sky. He went full Hitchcock. Everyone gets away, but Yumi's isolated. See, this would never happen to Yumi if she was with the group, but she's having a different class, so she's isolated. She's away from everybody and gets successfully packed out by the birds. And they do parties. was always clear to me since season 1, Xana had it out for Yumi. He went on this long stretch of episodes of completely ruining her life. He murders her in Lyoko. He targets her outside with the laser. She's held at tongue point by a xenomorph. And also, I don't know how else to say this, but she pummels the whole faculty of the school. Okay, then right after that, she completely ego gym in the hallway.
Hello there, Yumi.
Which is arguably even worse. And then right after that, she started applying pressure to Jeremy.
Come on, take me to the scanner room.
You should go home and take a bath.
Keep in mind, this is one of the first times Xana has ever possessed anyone, and it's just compared to other people, it's crazy what he does to Yumi. When he possesses Sissy, all she does is beat the fuck out of Jeremy. But when he possesses Yumi, she's about to risk it all. Like, she's gonna do whatever it takes and beat the fuck out of Jeremy. But seriously, besides the huge proportions of her forehead, when it comes down to it, Yumi is the linchpin of the Lyoko squad. Of course, Jeremy is the de facto leader, nobody's taking that away from him, but Yumi is more of the moral compass of the group.
I discovered Lyoko and everything changed for me. I became a hero who could save the world.
Did you expect us to keep playing superhero until we were 80?
Jeremy has to lead from behind a computer screen, and he doesn't actually fight in Lyoko, so I think it's like the difference between a team captain versus a coach, and Yumi happens to be a really great player. Here's the catch though, Yumi has the least amount of minutes played. It's like D-Rose all over again. It's because she's targeted so much that she often gets bumped off before everybody else. And just on a writing tip, I feel bad for Yumi because I feel like she just gets written to suck in Lyoko, but she actually doesn't. Just sometimes she'll die and it's legit only because the script calls for it. Like when Will gets possessed by Xana again and starts bashing Jeremy's head into the monitor and everybody else is like sitting ducks in Lyoko. Yumi was forced to sacrifice herself, and what I'm trying to say is those stats don't make it on the board. Yumi is a big threat in Lyoko, and everything about her is OP, even the way she thinks strategically in battle situations.
Ulrich, Odd, all three of us at once. We have to force our way through.
Good idea, Yumi. You sure know how to talk to men.
Okay, she has telekinesis. First of all, she has both melee and long-range attacks, plus telekinesis. Odd and Ulrich only have long-range and melee respectively, and Odd got nerfed to shit after they took out his visions of the future. And Ulrich, you tell me, what would you rather have? A slightly faster run-in and replication, or telekinesis? No brainer. Xana knows her telekinesis is OP, so she's often first-blooded on purpose. He doesn't want her to get good. That's why her playtime is so abysmal. You can't stats pad if they keep taking you out the game. But when Yumi is in the game, she pulls off legendary maneuvers like catching a body in the afterlife. Xana knows what's going on, and the truth is Yumi is a mature voice in Lyoko's squad. She will hold firm on what she believes in, and she'll literally die on that frozen hill.
What? I changed my mind, so?
And she's the most OP in Lyoko, outside of Aelita obviously. Yet it's her living situation in real life that makes her most vulnerable to Xana.
Hi, Dad.
Yumi.
Yumi is a day student, which means she doesn't live on campus. If you haven't noticed, they're at some type of like boarding school. Some students live on campus and some students don't. And one of those students that don't is Yumi. And the way Xana works is divide and conquer. So when he finally gets Yumi alone, he does some very, very strange things to her. Like put a flock of birds on her. I don't know if I mentioned that. Very weird specific thing to do to your enemy.
Anybody home? Daddy? Mom?
So even though she's low-key the strongest, she's always put into these damsel in distress situations, but still all the while she does things like save Ulrich's life herself by carrying his limp body to safety. Meanwhile, Ulrich can't even help her when she's hanging off a cliff. For some reason, she ends up hanging off a cliff a lot as well. That's just her luck. Straight up damsel maxing. Don't mind her. I guess this would be a nice time for Ulrich to make himself useful, no?
Yumi, I'm coming! Yumi! No!
No. Ulrich is given multiple opportunities to do this as well, uniquely. I mean, I get where the writers are coming from, and he gets an even better chance to save her while hanging off a cliff. But what does he do? He starts yapping, okay? He doesn't have any survival instincts, and even worse, he's talking about this poem he wrote for Yumi where he got cucked out by William. Let's just say the poem isn't a flex.
How I'm a victim of your charms and long to hold you in my arms. With you, I never feel gloomy, my little sissy.
Oh, brother!
Obviously, it was supposed to be with you, I never feel gloomy, my little Yumi. But he figured he'll just leave it until later when she's hanging off a cliff to tell her.
This is really not the time. Because, in fact, I actually wrote it for you. Oh, I can't hold on!
This would be forgivable, except Ulrich is always like around when Yumi dies, and that doesn't bode well with me. It got to a point where she got done dirty so many times, she actually figured out the meta. Now if you even look at Yumi within 10 feet of a cliff, you're going down with her, no questions asked. Speaking of bringing people down with you, Yumi also dated William for a short period.
William, do you know Ulrich?
Oh, you're Ulrich Stern. Yumi mentioned you.
But then they called it quits. I don't care how they broke up, they just did. It's more of a miracle that they even got together to begin with, what with William's lack of manners and common sense.
Your bouquet is beautiful. How did you know that I liked roses?
I didn't. But I figured you were like all the other girls.
Yeah, so even after that whole fling, he stayed involved with the Lyoko crew up to the point of his abduction by Xana, and all the way up to that point, Yumi was the reason William didn't get virtualized. She was the singular vote, she had a gut feeling, and by the way, she was right. So eventually, when they finally let him into Lyoko, of course, he turned out to be the best person to possess by Xana because he not only had the physical ability, but I theorize he also was emotionally invested into the team so that Xana could use that against them and turn it into hate.
I missed something here? What's your problem?
You're my problem.
Look, I was Xana's prisoner totally against my will.
Xana captured you once. He can do it again. And you're not like us. You're not strong enough.
He always had a rocky foundation with basically everybody. Yumi, Ulrich wants to rip his head off, so it's easy to convert that energy and make him turn cold.
Let me go, William.
Okay, but before I do, you gotta give me a kiss goodnight.
Huh? All right, but first close your eyes.
Great. Well, I guess my evening wasn't a waste after all.
There is no concrete way to prove it, but it feels like Xana's channeling this type of like attraction or whatever like romantic part of Will. It's very creepy considering Xana is basically a genderless AI. Very bizarre. But remember my question from earlier, who does Xana treat differently? Notice this very specific detail in the scene I showed earlier where Yumi pulls Will off the cliff with her. Actually, right before he pushes her, Xana can be seen caressing Yumi's face seemingly unprompted, unsolicited, which suggests something is going on, and something different is happening here than just an AI program. It's almost as if the spirit of William is working through Xana, or Xana's working through the spirit of William. The best way to get a more tangible understanding of Xana as a program or as a personality is to focus on him when he's possessing a person, especially when he has dialogue. But in this scenario, his actions are more telling than anything he could have said. Realistically, there would be no motive for Xana to do something like this to Yumi unless it would be for his own entertainment or simply because he derives enjoyment out of seeing Yumi suffer. So in any case, it's confirmed that Will is deeply emotionally invested, and somehow this works to Yumi's detriment whenever Xana possesses Will, because this looks like a revenge beating to me. Yumi's like McFoley in Hell in a Cell.
I'm sorry, William, but let's face it, we were never meant for each other.
I'm surprised she still had control over her limbs after that moment. Just saying, he's tossing her around domestic violence style right now. This is personal. While acknowledging all the shit that Xana does to everyone else, the damage he inflicts on Yumi is particularly evil, and it seems like a consistent theme, and there are two reasonable explanations as to why this happens. In my opinion, for one, she's like a sitting duck when she is living off campus. She's a day student. And two, she's the linchpin of the team, so Xana's probably strategic enough to cut the head off the snake, game theory, I don't know. But there's still a large part of me that knows that there's more evidence out there. I can sense it, I just can't obtain explain it empirically. But those are just the objective ones that I came up with during my research. And I still don't appreciate how Will's character was just used to be a weapon of the state. He clearly should have been given more time in Lyoko as a team member. His character development was stunted by getting possessed by Xana, but that's a video for another time. Yumi was right about William. In the end, adding him to the team would ultimately be a net negative, and this is her discretion just completely on display. Xana knows these things, so he catches on pretty well, and that's why Yumi's the biggest target. Maybe we'll have some more Code Lyoko videos in the future. Let me know in the comments if y'all enjoy the Code Lyoko content. If you made it this far, you might as well go all the way and subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, watch the video, set the video on fire, do what you want with the video. It's out of my hands now. The video is yours. For now, this has been Adrenaline Flux, and until next time, come on, take me to the scanner room.
Come on, take me to the scanner room.
You should go home and take a bath.